Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to the beautiful Glamorous Katie. Today is MOT day, we have the new bumper, we have a new headlight. I'm not going to put the bumper on today because I haven't got time, because I've got to swap all the trim over, but I am going to swap that headlight over. So let's quickly do it, let's get into it, and then we'll show you a few more bits and pieces around the car, and then hopefully, maybe even the last video. Let's see, let's get into it. Okay, so I wasn't happy with this, the way that this is sitting, and I wasn't happy with the adjustment. There seems to be a bit of a gap. So I don't know whether that's because the bumper's not in properly or it's the headlight, but the headlight, to my mind, is sort of slanted, sort of that way, not sure, and it needs to come out. And yeah, so I know you can adjust them, but you know, today it's going for its MOT, so I want to give it half a chance, because of course that top tab is missing. So I want to give it half a chance to pass first time with no messing around. So I've got the bumper, I haven't unpacked it yet. There is going to be a couple of little marks on it that I'm going to have to repair. So bumper wise, actual quality of the bumper, this one's probably better. But of course on this one, it's the hidden things that are causing the issue. That side fine. I mean, I've actually driven it today. I had a dentist appointment, I've driven it, and that's even popped out a little bit more. Just because it's knackered, basically. So I am going to have another go at repairing that, and I did actually have a thought the other day. Let me just quickly show you. Yeah, excuse the engine noise you can hear. I've got the engine running, trying to dry the seats. Now, let me just grab one. If you remember, when I repaired that bumper, I used these plastic welding rods. What I think I've discovered, this is not actually a plastic welding rod, it's hot glue. Because I remember buying some black hot glue rods and it's about the right size. So I think this is not actually the right stuff, this is hot glue. So I've repaired it using hot glue rather than plastic. Silly me. I have got some plastic, so I will have another go at repairing it with some proper plastic. But again, you know, it's still a weak point. I am going to repair it as best I can, and I will sell this bumper as it is. And obviously I will describe the problems with it. That side's probably going to be okay. It's just that side. And someone could, without a doubt, repair it. Someone has already given me an idea of how to repair it. And what also someone suggested is, which I'm going to do in future, is when I have bumpers that have got to be thrown away because they're all cracked, but those points are okay, cut them off. And then you can plastic weld them on when you get a bumper like this. That's a brilliant idea, and I wish I'd thought of that, because I throw lots of bumpers away, you know, where the fronts of them are all cracked, but the actual tabs and everything are fine, and it seems silly. So I'm going to do that in future. I will cut those off with a saw and keep them all, and then it doesn't matter what colour they are, you can paint them up afterwards, but I'm going to do that. So as I say, MOT day today at 1 o'clock. I haven't got time, or I don't want a chance not having time to get all these trims off and get them onto the new bumper, in case for some reason I break them and I've got to glue something or anything like that, because they are quite tricky to get off in one piece due to those stupid tabs that Fiat use. So I'm going to leave this bumper on for the MOT, and I just want to change that headlight. I also did notice something else. When I was doing my checks for the MOT, I filled up the washer bottle, and I'm not sure whether I spilt some washer fluid or whether it was leaking. It stopped leaking and they still work, but I've got a feeling whatever caused that impact may have punctured that bottle. It may have just dislodged the pump a little bit or something like that, but something's not right with it. So when I get the bumper off in a minute, I'll see if I can have a look. As long as there's, again for the MOT, as long as there's fluid in there and the washers work, which they did, and I will double check them again, then obviously it'll pass the MOT, and I can, if it needs changing, I can change it afterwards when I do the bumper. So that's the plan. Let's get on with it. Right, so I've undone those. Take that off. And then we'll pull the bumper out carefully. Did I? Oh, I've done the screws up on there, haven't I? I need to undo those screws. I forgot about that. Right, let me just grab a screwdriver. I just need to undo the screws in the arch liner. I'd forgotten I'd done those up. Okay, right, so yeah, just undone those screws. I'm not going to take it right off. I'm just going to drop it down a little bit, just so I can get to the bolts. Right, let's get these undone. Now, I'm not sure whether that, I'll show you in a minute, because the little insert, let me just undo this and I'll show it to you. The little insert on that front bracket is sort of pushed through a little bit, so that would, in effect, would push the light out of alignment, and the fact that it's not clipped on up here would make it worse. And of course I have polished this up and got some of the scratches, or got most of the scratches out, but it's not in the best condition. And the one I've got is in nice condition, the new one. Oh, what was that, just falling off? Oh, I didn't notice this, but I don't know what that was that just fell off. That was one of my brackets. No, it wasn't. What was it? Yeah, it was. Side brackets just fallen off. Great. But what I didn't notice, that I just have, is the adjuster motors under there. You getting this in? Yeah, and that's all cracked, look. Didn't know that. So that's your adjuster, or one of your adjusters, and the motor is there. So that possibly why I had problems with it. So that's possibly fit for the bin. But let's get the new one. We'll just grab the new one, offer it up, and we'll come back. Right, so this headlight is out of a 2020 car. Nice and clean. We have to assume that the bulbs are okay. Before we put the bumper back on, we'll test that, make sure. So hopefully this will behave. That's it, that's better. That's better. Although, I'll say it's better. I think this wing has got to come out, you know, because that doesn't line up. So I'm going to bring that out a little bit, that wing, because the holes don't line up. And if I then force that to line up, oh, FedEx, there's my bumper bar. If I force that to line up, then I'll end up breaking that. So I am just going to adjust that. I'll come back. I'll just adjust that and I'll come straight back. Apologies, I forgot to I forgot to film it. So what I did is I did move it a little bit. Didn't need much, but what I also did was loosen those off. Took a little bit of the tension off. So I just need to retighten those again, and it fits much better now. It looks like it's pointing in the right direction, and it's located properly as well. So yeah, and it's a new, almost brand new headlight, so I'm glad I did that. Yeah, sorry I forgot to film it in the end. I got so involved in doing it that I forgot to film it. I've tested the headlight. I just want to test, make sure that I haven't disturbed the DRLs or anything. I don't think I have, but just want to make sure. Yeah, I can see it in reflection in the car in front. Yeah, that works fine. That's good. That's excellent. Right, so I just need to, I don't know if you could actually, yeah, you could see what I was talking about. I just need to retighten these. There we go. That's it. I just need to do those back up, and then do the arch liner back up, and then we are ready for the MOT. The reservoir is half full of the for the water squirters, and I can't see anywhere that there's a leak in it. So what I will do is, once I've got it back from the MOT, pass or fail, and I change the bumper, what I would excuse me, what I would do is I will fill it up whilst the bumper is off and see if it leaks out anywhere. If it does, I have got about 3 of those, so if it does, then I'll change it. Not a problem. But yeah, I don't think it is. I think maybe I spilt some and it was dripping out the bottom. Okay, that's it. Right, I'm just going to get these top bolts back in, and then we'll call it a day. And MOT is in about an hour's time, so I will come back once we're back from the MOT and let you know how we got on. top job. Right, we are not only back from the MOT, but it is 3 days later. So as you know, the MOT was at 1 o'clock on Friday. I went there full of confidence that it was going to pass. I went for a walk, I got back, it was off the ramps in the car park, walked in to pick it up, and the man said, I was just about to call you. It failed. It failed. Not miserably, but it did fail. And what did it fail on? It failed on, of all things, the rear handbrake performance. Not the handbrake lever travel. That is absolutely fine and feels absolutely fine. The rear brake handbrake performance. So, to cross all bases, what I've decided to do, and is already booked, is I've got the mobile mechanic guy coming on Friday to do something else, which I won't say on this video what it is, because you should probably have already seen it. In fact, I know you've already seen it, because that will be on a previous video to this one, so I will tell you. Cam belt is being done on a new project, another new project, not this one, but another one. I'm back to having 3 cars again, or 4 if you include the one in the body shop. More news to come on that one. But yeah, he's coming to do the cam belt on this other car on Friday. So I've said to him about these brakes, and he said, to be on the safe side, why don't we just replace the entire braking system at the rear? Shoes, springs, cylinders, the lot. That's what he's doing. And then we'll take it back. I can take it back any day of the week that they're open, obviously. Monday to Saturday, presumably, after 5 PM, and they will retest it. So hopefully he'll come on Friday. I'm trying to get the day off. I'm going to try and get the day off on Friday, so I'll be here. And then once he's done it, I'll go down at 5 o'clock that afternoon, Friday afternoon, and get the retest done. So hopefully by Saturday, it'll all be done, finished, ready to go. I don't actually have a buyer lined up for this, because this is obviously a more expensive one, so I will contact some of my prospective buyers and let them know that I've got this car for sale, give them the price, which I think is going to be $4,750. I still have got to do this bumper, so I will be doing that in this video. It's a shame, innit? Because look, that's the only thing that's wrong with it, just the way that sits like that. It's the only thing that's wrong with it, which is a real shame. But yeah, I'll be doing that on Wednesday, putting that new bumper on, and hopefully it will fit in perfectly. I'm sure it will. But even that sticks out a little bit there. I don't know if that's anything to do with it. Maybe that wing does actually still need to come out slightly. That might be part of the issue, but obviously we'll sort that once we've got a bumper with tabs on it. Before I dress it and get all the parts on it, I will actually go over it. I will put it on and make sure it does actually fit into those brackets properly. Hopefully it will, but yeah, it should do. Should be fine. So yeah, that's it. I still haven't taken that off. Must do that. But yes, so I'm not working on this car today because I'm working today. I just wanted to let you know about the MOT, as I didn't get around to doing it on Friday, so I was licking my wounds. Not quite, but yeah. But that's where we are. So we can't pass every MOT, unfortunately. It's just sod's law that you know, as a newer car, this was the one that had to fail. All the 12 plates, they all pass. I shouldn't say that too loud, should I? Otherwise it'll start failing them. I haven't got any wood to touch. Where's some wood? I need some wood. Here we go. I'm not particularly superstitious, but I'm still going to touch wood. Touch wood. I haven't jinxed myself there, but yeah, you know, the 12 plates and 13 plates and so on always seem to pass. You get a nice 16 plate and it fails. Typical. So we'll be back on Wednesday. Today's Monday, as I said. We'll be back on Wednesday, and then we'll sort this bumper out, and then the next you'll be seeing will be Friday once the MOT's done, and fingers crossed. Well, it will pass, won't it? So we'll see you in a couple of days. Right, morning, or rather afternoon. It's about 3:30. I am taking this down for its re-MOT. As you know, the back brakes were done, so I had the mechanic round who did the back brakes for me. He completely renewed everything except for the cylinders. So all the springs, the brake shoes, even the handbrake cables, all been replaced. All works lovely. So I took that one down for MOT this morning, and I just mentioned to them, is it all right if I bring it back this afternoon, this one? They did mention before 5 o'clock, they said to me come down at 4 and we'll sort it out for you. So I'm just going to warm it up, clear off the snow, and get down there. I will let you know the result when I get back. Right, it's a bit dark. We are back from the MOT, or I should say the retest. It is a bit dark, but it passed. Well, we knew it was going to pass. It was only the brakes, wasn't it? I had a nervous moment coming back. I thought to myself, see how I've got these cable ties round the wheels, round the hubcaps. Because when I had these brakes done, put the hubcaps back on, but didn't tie them on, and I had this horrible thought that I've lost. I'm assuming I haven't. No, good, it's still there. That I might have lost them on the journey, but no, all is good. They're still there. So, right, so we've got a nice new MOT. We have one thing left to do on this car, and then it's finished. And that, the really annoying part, which is this. There's no way around it. The bumper's got to come off, and the new bumper, which I've bought, which is actually sitting out in the garden here, covered in snow, not even unpacked. I've got to do that. So I don't know when I'm going to do that. Sometime before the new year, hopefully. But due to the weather, I'm not going to be doing very much car stuff at all. If we get some half decent weather, i.e. not freezing temperatures, then I'll come out and do it. But I can use the car as it is, although I don't want to, because it's 40 miles short, or probably 36 miles short now of hitting 70,000. So I just want to make sure that psychological thing of keeping it under 60,000. So I will be back on this video when we do that bumper. What I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side, when I do it, I am going to, I'll take that one off before I put the new one on, before I put all the bits on the new one, the trim. I will offer that new one up and put it on, just to make sure that it does clip in there properly. If it doesn't, then I will scream. Assuming it does, then we'll take it back off, put all the bits on, put it back on, bolt it up, job's a good one. That'll be it. Car will be finished, and it can go up for sale. Not the best time of the year, but I might sell it before the new year. You never know. Depends on the weather, really. Anyway, that's it. So we're back in a few days, hopefully, when we get on and do this. So see you then. All right, here we are again. We are back again. As you can see, it's dry. It's reasonably bright. There's no snow. There's no frost. Today is the 29th of December. Quite a while after this last video was filmed, the last clip that you've seen. Still got all those things, still got that thing to do, which I mentioned before, the bumper. The bumper that I showed you outside in the back garden is still there. It's just not covered in snow now. Still hasn't been unwrapped. We've got to do this. There is also one other thing. I've used this a couple of times. I still haven't removed that thing. Must do that. Some mould started to develop inside this car, unfortunately. I had seen these bits on here. It still needed a good clean on the inside anyway. As you know, we've done the seats, which are nice and clean. There's no mould growing on them, I don't think. There's a bit on the carpet down there. But the worst bit, I think, is on the back shelf. It's horrible. Look at that. It's starting to go horrible. Oh, and I've actually got the number plates as well. I haven't changed those number plates yet. I'd completely forgotten I even had those. So I need to do that as well. So that is what is left to do. I'm going to do this first. So I'm not going to bother filming that, but I'm just going to go over all these bits that are where there's mould, clean that all off, clean the inside, like, you know, the hard surfaces and what have you. And then we'll, excuse me, I just sneezed. Oh, my voice has gone all funny. I'm not going to bother cleaning all these door shuts at the moment, because we'll give the car a good clean on the outside once it's done, once it's finished. And obviously we'll include all those door shuts as well. Just got to put a thing around a cable tie around the back wheels where they haven't fallen off, thankfully. I have used the car a couple of times and they haven't yet fallen off. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Oh, I think that might be my car parts for less stroke Euro car parts delivery just arriving. which is service items for another car, not this car. It's Project Minty, which is my sister-in-law's one. I'm servicing it for her in a week or so because her MOT's due soon, so hopefully that's them. Anyway, let's get all these bits and pieces done, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can get this bumper done. Right, that's that done. There's quite a lot of mould here and there. When I turned over the, I should have showed you it, when I turned over the rear shelf, that was completely covered underneath as well. Bearing in mind that the carpet in the boot had been done as well, so obviously that's a bit of an enclosed area, isn't it? That's the trouble. This time of the year, you can't leave the car permanently open to air it out, which is probably why it's better to take the seats out and do them out of the car rather than in the car this time of the year. Anyway, it's done now. It's all nice and clean, demoulded, de-dusted, spider's web removed. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to take this bit off. I'm just going to warm it up with the heat gun, get that off, and then we're going to attack the bumper. So I'm going to set you up. We'll get the bumper off. I'll tell you something else we've got to do as well. If you remember, just before I took this for the MOT, I was filling up the water bottle and it was leaking. Now, I'm not sure if I had missed when I was filling it up. There was enough, you know, it's about halfway up, but I'm not sure whether I actually missed and it was leaking, or whether it's got a crack in it. So we're going to top it up with water and see if it leaks out. But we'll do that once the bumper's off, because we can see it, and also of course we can get to it quite easily, those two 10mm bolts, and I have got spares, so we'll do that as well. But first things first, let's get the bumper off. I took it out of the windscreen, and I went to see if I could open it up. Gave up in the end because it wouldn't come undone, so I just threw it in the bin. Missed the bin, so I stamped on it, and as I stamped on it, the lights come on, so it's powered up. So that's one way of doing it. God, it's quite tough. I think one of those is a button rather than a light, you know. I just want to give it a really good bash. I'm sure it's been deactivated anyway, but it has now. That's that, right, in the bin. Okay, bumper time. I need to see now whether this thing is going to leak. So let's try it. So you can be my eyes while I pour. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Right, let's see if it leaks. Is that another delivery out there? I can't tell from here. Right. Here goes. Yeah, something's dripping. Yes, I can see the hole now. It's just on the corner here. Yep. So obviously that's just about caught that. When the accident happened. Just caught it. So I'm glad it wasn't me just spilling it. So I'm collecting it there. Now, shall I try plastic welding that, or shall I just change it? I think I might as well just change it, mightn't I? I've got one. Let me just take the pump out, if I can, from here. There we go. Let it drain out. I probably could plastic weld that, you know. I think it's only a tiny, tiny little split. Seems daft changing it. I've just poured washer fluid all over the pump now. I'll let that drain down anyway. give it a good clean out. Actually, no, let's change it. It's not worth messing around, is it? I might as well just change it. I can always repair it and put it in another car when it needs one. Yeah, let's do it. Right. 2 10mm nuts, that's all it is, or bolts rather. One here, and then a more awkward one the other side. It's almost out. There we go. That's that one. And now we've got to try and see the other one. Where is it? Where is it? It's up there somewhere. And do it by feel. I can't see it. I haven't got me. Why can't I get it? Am I looking in the wrong place? Yes, I am looking in the wrong place. There it is. There we go. Should have got a torch in there, really. I'm glad I remembered about this because, you know, someone would have bought this car. They would have topped up the coolant, and out it would have come again. And then I would have been getting a phone call. Is that off? No, I think it's just fallen. The cables and that get in the way. There we go. We'll do that one up first, I think, because it allows you for a little bit of movement. Awkward. Nearly there. Put some grease on this when we put it back in, I think. There we go, I think that's off now. Yep. There we go. Just empty it out and I'll show you the how big the split is. We'll have a look. Where is it? Yeah, tiny. If you can see that in focus, let me see if make sure it's focusing. Yeah, tiny little split. So we can plastic weld that, but I'm not going to do that on this one. We'll stick a new one in. Alright, here we go. I've just given it a bit of a clean up. Now, where did that bolt go? Where did the bolt go? I have to get a torch, I'm not sure where it went. Must be under there somewhere. Can't see it anywhere. Never mind, let's get a torch. Right, as promised, I am going to put some grease onto the bolts. Okay. Push that up through there, into position. Let's put, actually no, we'll put this one in first because it sort of helps to hold it into position, doesn't it? A little bit. Bit more grease. Oh, fell off on the grease, never mind. Right, let's lift that into position. There you go. Just put that in loosely for a minute. I've got a torch in there, so hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier to see this time. I've given it a nice clean up as well. Right. Find the hole. There it is. There it is. Yeah, looks like it does actually look like a new one, pretty much, because I'll clean it up with the old elbow grease, and then we'll just. Obviously, if you change one of these, you need to make sure that the rubber bung is in the bottom of the pump. Otherwise, I've mislaid that in the past, and as soon as you fill it up, the water pours out. The coolant, water, washer fluid, that's the word I was looking for, just pours out. That's that one. There we go. Solid. And then we push the pump in. There we go, pumps in. And then these little grooves in here are to hold the pipes in place. There you go, done. I'm glad I remembered to check that. Now I've got lots of dirt in the bottom of that, so I can't really use that, so I'll have to put fresh in, of which I haven't got enough, so I'll have to mix some more up. I use some little tablets that I get from eBay. They're really good. You dissolve one in the summer, 2 in the winter. Oh look, Euro car parts, they're here. Been waiting for this. Yeah, 1 in the summer, 2 in the winter. Dissolve them in a 5 litre container of water, such as that, and then they give you washer fluid. It's really good stuff. Right, let's just go and see the Euro car parts man. There you go. I filtered it, so it seemed a shame to waste it. I got bored doing it, so I filtered it about 3/4 of it. Filtered about 3/4 of it. To get all the bits out, I just used some tissue paper over a funnel, got rid of it. It's almost to the top, needs a bit more, but I'll mix some more up. Takes a little while to dissolve, but I'll top that up afterwards. But yeah, I think we could safely say that, so that one's okay. Does look like a new one, doesn't it? Yeah, that's that. Another job done. Right now we can get this other bumper undone, unwrapped, and offer it up and hope that it goes in there, because I do still have a bit of a suspicion that that wing needs to come out a smidge. I'm hoping not, but if it does, it does. But the headlight, it seems okay in there, so I'm hoping that's not the case, but we'll see. We'll soon see. If we need to move it over slightly, we will, but that's why I want to offer it up. Ideally what I wanted to do is take the bumper off the new car, Project Kylie, and offer that up, because that obviously doesn't matter if that gets broken, because it already is broken. No, I'm not going to do that, no. Anyway, let's get it undone and have a look, because I can't actually even remember what sort of condition it was. I'm sure there's a couple of little bits I'm going to have to repair on it. But yeah, let's get it undone and we'll offer it up and have a look. Right, it looks quite good actually. It was easy to unwrap because it was wrapped in the plastic. It was wrapped in plastic and paper, but because it's been out in the garden so long, the paper just disintegrated. Right, so what I'm going to do, I think hang it from one nut, bolt rather. It's this side more than anything. I want to see if it goes in properly. Yeah, see, that is tight on there as well. I don't want to end up breaking this one as well. That is, I don't know if it's the bracket that it's tight on. What is going on with this bracket? It looks quite tight up on the bit that was broken. It looks quite tight on it. I'm going to warm it up and then I'm going to spray some. Trouble is, I don't want to do this and then take it off, really. But I'm thinking I might have to, you know, because I don't want to tempt breaking it again. I mean, it shouldn't do. Shall I just take all the bits off the other bumper and do it? I'm very tempted to. That's why this would be quite good to take the bumper off the other car. Don't know what to do. Let me have a think about this. So this is the old bumper off of Project Kylie. As you can see, the 18 plate. So we have rather a lot of these bumpers. 3 of the damn things now. So this is the new one, which is pretty good actually. It needs a bit of a clean up, but it's pretty good. The only thing I've got to do, of course, is try and get all this trim off without breaking it, which is a job and a half. Now that centre trim there, I've just taken that off. I mean, it was broken, or is broken in several places. I've just taken that off of the bumper off of this one. And it's really difficult to get off. Those tabs are a pig. The badge is okay. The badge and the top whiskers is okay. That next bit down is a pain, and the actual grille bit itself is a pain. Now, I have done it before without breaking it, but it is a real pig of a job. But yeah, this is a good bumper. It just needs a bit of buffing here and there. It's better than the one that was on it, actually. Much better. Yeah, pleased with that. It's just a shame it didn't come with all the bits. But I have managed to take the badge off of this one, and it is intact. It was just bent, and it's come off. There's 3 bolts on this one, 3 screws rather, Phillips screws, one each end and the one in the middle. So it's better than the other ones. The whiskers on the pre-facelift cars, which are separate, they were a bit of a pain, those, but this is quite easy. So the reason for doing this, as you know, is because I wanted to test this, and as you can see, it fits in perfect. Thank God for that, because I was worried about that. Because as I said, you know, I don't want to end up breaking it. I don't want to force it and end up breaking it. That tab was a bit too tight, the top one. So what I've done is I heated it. I should have shown you actually. I heated it up with a heat gun and then just put some pressure on it with a screwdriver. Sprayed some washing up liquid in, and it's gone in okay. So I've now just got to take it off without breaking the bracket. Hopefully we've got washing up liquid in there still, which hasn't dried. But no, the bracket's not ideal, it's not perfect, but I think it's a lot better now. I've actually bent it downwards. So there is always a possibility, of course, that one would have been alright. But, as we know, it's not alright, because we've got the broken tab there. So there was nothing actually to hold it in, which is a damn shame. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this bumper, because it's a good bumper apart from those end bits. And what I'm going to do, because we've got good tabs on this bumper, I'm going to do what someone suggested. I'm going to cut that entire piece off of that bumper, and I'm going to plastic weld it onto that bumper, and hopefully that will then turn that into a good bumper. Now if that works, I can use this bumper on the new car, and probably, I mean, I'm going to take some of this stuff off because I have to. I'm not going to bother taking off the Fiat badge. I can use the one that's on the other car, and the grills have obviously got to come off, but I might actually take them off of that one as well. So they've got to come off. If I can get them off in one piece, then I can fit them to this one, leave that one, and then I'll take the lights out and what have you. But anything I can leave on that one and use the ones off of here will be a bonus. Obviously that centerpiece I can't, because it's in bits, and I'm going to try and resurrect it. Certainly the front piece seems to be in one bit, the bit that goes over the other piece. That can definitely be reused, I think, because it comes in 2 bits. You've got the black bit, and then you've got either the black bit or the chrome bit, depending on which one you get, which fits in. It may be too much of a pain, but there is one on eBay, which is one off of a lounge, I guess, because it's got a chrome bit. Now that doesn't really matter if it's chrome. That's the only one that's on eBay, and I can't remember how much it was, but I don't think it was too badly priced, so I might actually get that. Still try and fix that for future reference, because again, you know, the more facelift cars I do, the more of these bits I'm going to need, and they're damn expensive. But yeah, I'm pleased with this so far. So I'm not gonna show you all me taking all these bits off. There'll be lots of swearing, and I'll probably be swearing really badly when I break something. But once I've got it all off, we'll offer that bumper up, and then hopefully it'll all go on like this one has, and that will mean, apart from a wash, the car's finished. Fantastic. We are not losing the light, but I think time must be getting on, so I'm not even sure I'm going to have enough time to do this today, but we will see what we can do. Anyway, we're getting there, aren't we? We are getting there. thankfully. So I'll see you in a little bit, once I've swapped all these bits over that I need to onto the new bumper, and then we'll get it on. See you in a bit. It's on. Yay! Not on properly. I say not on properly, it's not bolted in, but it was a pig. That central thing is a pig to get out and to get in. So I don't think I'm going to be able to fix that other one, so I think I will buy a new one. I might bring up Fiat tomorrow and see how much they are from there. I think I need the back bit and the front bit, but there, as I say, there is a chrome one on eBay. But it's going to be expensive, isn't it, from Fiat? But that looks good. Looks really nice, and it fits. Let me just show you the fit. So it fits in that side, perfect. It's actually we have lost the light now. It is dark now. Fits in perfectly that side, and ta-da! It fits in perfectly that side. Absolutely fantastic. Well pleased. Well pleased. Yeah. So we're almost done now. We're almost done. So as I say, I've run out of daylight today. I can't finish it off today. But what I'll do is I'm actually working tomorrow. So what I'll probably do is come out in my lunch break and finish it then. So I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so right, as you can see, the disgusting weather. Since the day I filmed that last little clip, when I finished this off, the weather has been like this non-stop, and I had intended to record the final bit today, because the weather forecast said it was going to be clouds with showers, occasional showers. But as you can see, it's been throwing it down. It is throwing it down today. It was throwing it down yesterday. So to get this video uploaded for Sunday, I need to get it finished now. So the car is basically finished. So generally, yeah, it's finished. All I've got to do is just finish cleaning it on the inside. I have cleaned it on the inside. I'll just go over it with a different sort of treatment, which smells quite nice as well, over the hard surfaces. I might give it a hoover. I've got to put some mats in, which I've got down here. Or I am going to put a new set of windscreen wipers on it, because they're a bit on the squeaky side. Even though it passed the MOT and they do clear the windscreen, they're a bit noisy. So I've got some new ones up there somewhere. So I'm going to put a set of those on, put the number plate on, do those bolts up, and that's it. Job finished. I will give it some protection, get some built hammer crystalline treatment over the paintwork, and that's it. It will be done. So I'll probably get this finished Monday, weather permitting, depending on what the weather is. It's New Year's Eve today. Tomorrow being New Year's Day, and I'm working overtime on New Year's Day, not on cars, for my proper job. So yeah, I'm doing a nice bit of double bubble. Can't beat a nice bit of double bubble, even though I'd rather be working on cars. But this time of the year, might as well earn a bit of money doing my proper job. Anyway, so that's it for Project Glamorous Katie. As I think you'll agree, it's a beautiful looking motor, absolutely gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to getting it completely finished and up for sale. I've gone through my book last night of people that want cars. I got one person who contacted me on Instagram, who doesn't live anywhere near me, who's possibly interested, who I've got to send photos to. Yeah, I don't know whether she'll buy it or not, but yeah, so it's probably going on the old mums group that I normally advertise on, and I'm sure it'll get snapped up. Let's hope so, eh? I think I'm going to put it up for 4,750 or 4,850, one or the other, I'm not sure yet. 4,750, 4,850. So that's it for Project Glamorous Katie. Hope you've enjoyed the project. It's not been a long one, it's been a relatively short one. I can't remember how many videos we got, but not loads. There wasn't much wrong with it, was it? I actually watched the walk around video myself yesterday. But yeah, that's it. Glamorous Katie is finito. So until the next one, as always, as I say, if you're not a subscriber, please hit on the button, subscribe to the channel, get those numbers up. Let's hit the next milestone, which is 7,000. Is it? I can never remember if I got 5.5 or 6.5. I think I've got 6.5, haven't I? Not sure. Maybe 5.5. I don't know. I don't know. Oh God, it's the wind blowing the gate that is falling apart. It's still there, just about. Must get a new one. Anyway, I digress, just for a change. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. As always, see you next time. Take care. Stay safe. Happy New Year. And we'll see you soon.